Hey, what's going on everybody? Dallas again with Chaos Fragrances. Today we're back with another video. This time we're going to be taking a look at a new fragrance from the house of Parfums Vintage. This one is called Rush of Unicorns. Now I'm also going to be doing a sample giveaway of this fragrance. I'm going to tell you how to enter that later on in the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Now I just want to point out really quickly that they did send me this for review, but that's not going to change my thoughts on this fragrance. I'm still going to review it honestly and give you guys my true thoughts. So let's go and jump right into it, guys. This is one of their newest releases. By the time I'm releasing this video, it should be out on their website, so I'll leave a link down below where you can go check it out. But this is called Rush of Unicorns, and this is supposed to be their take on vintage batches of Millesime Imperial. Now I do have a vintage batch here. It's a 2008 batch. Depending on what you call vintage, I would consider this vintage just because it's hard to find at that year, but this is a 2008 batch, and this is supposed to be, again, their take on older batches of Millesime Imperial that are a lot more salty, a lot more heavy on the sandalwood, have a lot more depth when it comes to like the fruits and the citrus. So let's go ahead and spray this on. By the way, very good sprayers on these bottles. So when you first spray this on, you're gonna get a lot of the salty citrus right off the top, just sea salt and melon. That's a lot of what I get, and this kind of nice cooling marine type of note as well. Very nice smell. When I first got this and I sprayed it, I didn't really know exactly what they were trying to do with it, and when I first smelled it, it reminded me a lot of Irolfa. And it's kind of funny because when I first got my older bottle of Millesime Imperial, when I first sprayed that, it also reminded me of Irolfa, and it must be due to how salty it is and the combination of citruses. So it's just kind of funny that my older bottle of Millesime Imperial reminded me of Irolfa, and so did this. So it just kind of shows how similar they already are. But smelling this right off the top, again, it's this salty melon. When you hear people talking about salty watermelon from Millesime Imperial, this is what they're talking about, this type of smell, because the newer batches, sure, they are great, they are somewhat salty, they do have that melon, but it really doesn't come close to this older stuff. So again, when you first spray it on, you get that blast of salt, that sea salt, that melon, and that stays on your skin for quite a while. And then in the dry down, you get a lot of the sweetness from the ambergris, the sandalwood, that really comes through, and it just turns into this nice, slightly sweet but still salty marine type of smell. And the dry down is really where it shines, in my opinion, both with this and with the older Virgin Island water, or I'm sorry, both with this and with the older Millesime Imperial. The dry down is where it's at, especially in the heat. That's when it's going to smell the best. That's when it's going to pull you the most compliments. And it's the same thing here, I found. It's just they really transition very similarly. So again, it kind of goes from this cooling, salty sea breeze, melon smell into the dry down, which again is kind of a sweeter ambergris sandalwood type of smell. Now I have noticed that the citrus off the top of this comes off a little bit more sweet than my bottle of Millesime Imperial does, which is something to note. I actually kind of enjoy that quite a bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and read off the notes of this real quick. We have sea salt, lemon, melon, black currant, iris, orange, bergamot, lavender, sandalwood, white amber, and of course ambergris. So again, pretty similar note breakdown to Millesime Imperial. This is just, again, heavier on the sandalwood, heavier on the melon and sea salt, some of the other citruses as well, which gives it a lot more depth, especially in the opening. Overall, very nice. And again, this shines when you have heat on it. When you're outdoors in the summer, in the spring, when you have heat applied to it, it really starts to warm up and it develops a lot better than if you were to wear this, say, in the winter or on cooler days. It's still going to work. It just really shines when you have a lot of heat on it in the summer. Again, this is definitely reminiscent of the older batches of Millesime Imperial. If you haven't smelled an older batch and you just have a newer batch and you were to smell this, you may not compare this to your newer batch of Millesime Imperial. In fact, when I smelled this and my new batch side by side, the differences are quite a bit, all right? Millesime Imperial has changed a lot through reformulations and through different batch variations and stuff like that. But when you're comparing this and the older batches, I have to say it's pretty close. Now before we go on and talk about the performance, I want to talk about how you can enter the giveaway. Now I plan on doing like a 5 ml sample giveaway because as of right now, Parfums Vintage has a 10-day dispatch time. Now I've been talking to them back and forth, and they've said they've had back orders since like January of this year with their releases like X batch. Jeez, I can't talk. From their releases like X batch, Pineapple Vintage Intense, things like that. They have been very busy, they have been very swamped. So if you were to order this right now, it will take a while to get to you, which is why I want to do a couple sample giveaways. It'll be from my own bottle, send it to you, so it'll get there in a few days. So all you had to do to enter the giveaway, join my Facebook group. Now if you're already in it, great, I'll tell you what to do in a minute, but if you're not, join my Facebook group. I'll have a link down below. And once you're in, there's gonna be a pinned post at the top of the page that says something like enter the giveaway here, and it'll have this video linked to that. Then all you had to do is comment on that post saying that you want to be entered, and then that's all you have to do. Now I'm doing it this way instead of saying to leave a comment in the comments. That's because I've had issues in the past where I would go to message someone that won the giveaway in the comments and they wouldn't reply to me, or the person that was picked through the comment picker didn't have their YouTube set to allow messages. So it really just ended up being a waste of my time. Kind of annoying. I couldn't find a winner for the last giveaway I did, so I just closed it. Now I know some people are gonna be like, oh, I don't have a Facebook. I'm sorry, man. This is just how I had to do it now, so I can actually find a winner, not be wasting my time clicking a bunch of random comment picker 20 times to find someone who has their messages enabled. Then when I do find that person, they don't reply. So this is how I'm going to do the giveaway. If you want to enter, follow the directions below. If not, that's cool too. But let's go and get back to the performance. So this lasts on my skin for about 8 to 9 hours, which is about on par with the older batches of Millesime Imperial and is a lot better than the modern stuff. The modern stuff lasts about maybe 6.5 to 7, somewhere around there. This one lasts longer than that, but again, as far as the older vintage batches go, I would say it's about on par with those, maybe even a little bit better. As far as projection goes, it projects okay off my skin. It's not a beast, but it does get the job done. For the first couple hours, it's pushing out a little bit, but again, for a fragrance with this type of composition, I'm not expecting it to fill a room with like 1.5 sprays. So projection and longevity, both very good. It's not a drawback there. One thing I do want to touch on really quickly is the pricing. Now 50 ml will be available for $70 on their website. Now I know some people are going to be saying, why would I go out and buy this if I could buy Ed Hardy Love and Luck or Sean John's Unforgivable or whatever, when I can just buy those for a quarter of the price? Here's the thing about that. First of all, those fragrances suck, all right, just being honest. They're synthetic, they don't have any depth, not that good. Second of all, I wouldn't say this is a clone. This, again, targets older batches of Millesime Imperial. I don't want to call this a clone because, again, it's not targeting all of Millesime Imperial as a whole. Again, it's targeting specific batches from a specific time frame that have notes that are more dominant than other notes. So I really don't want to just call it a clone. I would like to call it like an alternative to older batches of Millesime Imperial. So again, if you're saying, oh, why would I buy this, spend more money on this than the others? Well, this is higher quality. It doesn't come off as synthetic at all. It doesn't come off as like it was rushed or anything like that. It's on par with Millesime Imperial's quality. So again, guys, to sum it up, they did a great job with this one here. If you're looking to kind of get your nose on how Millesime Imperial used to smell before, you know, it's been reformulated a bunch of times, definitely check this out because, like I said, older batches of Millesime Imperial are getting harder to find. They're getting more expensive. You can grab this and you're pretty much going to have the experience of older Millesime Imperial. I know for myself, I'm probably going to be reaching for this one quite a bit just so I can kind of save my bottle of Millesime Imperial, my older bottle, and I can just reach for this, and it's going to get the job done just as good, maybe again even a little bit better, because it does perform a little bit better off my skin, and it does transition very well and very similar to how Millesime Imperial does. So guys, that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts on Rush of Unicorns. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I want to thank Parfums Vintage for sending this out for review. Really good job on this one, guys. You killed it, knocked it out of the park. Not sure how you do it, but you pulled it off really well. So again, thank you. And also make sure you guys check out their website, link down below, where you can go grab this or any of their other fragrances. And then of course, don't forget to enter the giveaway if you're interested. Again, join my Facebook group, go to the pinned post, say you want to be entered. That's all you got to do. And then in a week from now or whatever, I'll do a random comment picker. Pick one of you guys, or maybe two. I might end up doing a couple. Pick a couple people, and then I will get a hold of you on there, get your address, I'll send it out to you, and it'll be good. So again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Give me a chance.